So is it just me? Am I the only one, like in the world, that kind of finds bad guys or factions or whatever in books or video games or movies appealing? Because it's like Thanos, right? With like the Avengers thing. That he's obviously a bad guy, but he's so powerful and so awesome. And you kind of have to I can't I like him. And no, this is not a video about a Marvel soap or product. So Thanos was a bad example. I'm going to tell you what it is that I'm making in just a minute. But before I do that, hi, I'm Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are here for another round of 365 days of soap, and today's 115, which, you know, still awesome. Triple digits. It's cool. And today we are making the Dark Mark from the Harry Potter inspired soap, bath bombs, product line thing. And I just so happened to bring a Dark Mark, you know, bath bomb to show you, because it's awesome. Look at that. It's so cool. So this is an activated charcoal bath bomb, and I know we did an activated charcoal like hidden color bomb very early on in the channel to show you that you kind of can't use activated charcoal as a hidden color to produce, you know, a proper black water murky tub thing. So I thought we should totally do like the actual Dark Mark and show you how to turn your water black. And this guy is not only like a black bath bomb and the water gets murky and awesome, but it also has a cool bath melt in it in a skull. So when it fizzes out, the skull, it's awesome. And we're gonna show you how we make it right now. So let's go check it out. So first things first, with every good bath bomb, you want to not put your citric acid, your dry ingredients, in with your baking soda and your cornstarch and your Epsom salts and whatever else you're putting in. This particular recipe has baking soda and cornstarch, and we have added 1 tablespoon of sunflower oil and 1 tablespoon of water, just enough to, you know, get the batter nice and, you know, kind of wet-ish. And then the scent that we use for this is a chocolate fudge, which is so amazing. It's just like this beautiful, sugary, awesome chocolate-esque thing, and love it. Now we also add polysorbate 80 in this because we like to make sure that the activated charcoal, right, is going to disperse really well in the tub. And that's the biggest problem when you're dealing with activated charcoal as a colorant, or, you know, micas to that, is sometimes you got little floaty bits going on. And so the poly is going to help, you know, ensure that doesn't happen. And that's probably a really good pro tip if you are looking to use activated charcoal as a black colorant. Now, I like to use dry colorants, micas and whatnot, with all of the bath bombs, because the liquid colorants, actually, they're putting too much moisture into the batch. And I found when using liquid colorants for bath bombs that it can get really I don't know, like the batch from like batch to batch, it gets a little bit crazy. So some batches will be really great, others will fail completely because there is a very small amount of liquid that you're actually putting into, you know, a bath bomb to make it successful. And if you put too much, well, then all kinds of weird stuff starts happening. They get warty, or they start losing their shape, or they start like sort of exploding out of the molds, you know, whatever. It's not great. So I moved away from liquid colorants pretty early on in the bath bomb making, you know, world, because it was too hard to get a consistent batch every time. So another great pro tip for you. Now, as you can see, we put quite a bit of activated charcoal into this batch, and that's, you know, great. We have played around with the activated charcoal. We put less in, we've also put more in, and the more you get like a really legitimately black bath bomb, but like the external, you know, the not fizzing, what the bath bomb looks like when it's all said and done, it's really black, but it's a lot of activated charcoal. So, you know, in tests, I had to wipe the soap and clay kidlets down after they got out of the tub because they were just covered in activated charcoal. And so it looked like, you know, they're still dirty. So this is our nice medium, this amount of activated charcoal that we put in. And I think she put a tablespoon in. And yeah, so we're gonna mix everything up, make sure that everything is really well incorporated. Try to get rid of as many of those little, you know, marks of, you know, white that you see with the baking soda sort of clumping up there before we put in the citric acid. And with this, she's going to put a little bit more poly into that. Now this is very important. The amount of poly that you put into this recipe is going to depend on whether it's going to really going to be the, you know, success or the fail of the bath bomb. Because if you don't put enough poly in it, again, you're just going to have a little clumpy weirdness going on with the activated charcoal as it disperses, and it's not going to, you know, really disperse into the water in the tub, and that sucks. That's not fun. So definitely, if you don't use poly for any of your other bath bombs, that's totally fine. You're going to want to use it for something like this. Now that is all mixed up and ready to go, and before we, you know, put the citric acid in and do the things, we're going to get the little, yes, the bath melts. So the bath melts are really cool. They're very similar to my batharons, my macaron bath melts. And so it's cocoa butter and shea butter, and it has a little bit of baking soda and citric acid in it too to help with the fizz as well. But what this does is it adds an extra layer of moisture to the bath bombs. So I love the butter bombs. They're amazing, and probably my favorite ones to use personally. We have a whole line of, you know, butter bombs where we put in these bath melts, and they're delightful. With this particular one, it's super cool too because it looks like, you know, the dark mark. It's the Death Eater, the skull that, like in the, you know, at the Quidditch World Cup, and it got put in the air. Yeah, that. And so that's awesome. Now the citric acid has been put into these guys, and they are, the bath bomb is ready to be molded. Now for this particular design, we put the skull in first, and then, you know, typical standard bath bomb molding, right? You're going to create a big mound. You're not going to press down between layers. You want to get lots of volume in there, and then you're going to just press down the mound on each side, and then a third mound in the middle to act as glue. And then you're going to put the two together and, you know, do the squeezy squeeze and the bangy bang, and it will yield a beautiful, perfect bath bomb that stays together, that is not fragile and won't break if you drop it. And I love that the camera is banging because of that. Yep, that's awesome. And yep, see, look how cool that is. Isn't that awesome? I love the dark mark. Yeah, and so that bath bomb is totally ready to go. That's going to be, you know, when you're dealing with bath bombs, a lot of people have a lot of trouble with them being very fragile and breaking, or when they try to get it out of the mold, it comes apart in two halves. Now, that's going to be the biggest, how much bath bomb powder you put into the mold is going to be the biggest thing that you need to, you know, contend with when making a bath bomb, and that's going to be the key to success. So again, big mounds on each side, not pressing down between layers. Press each of the mounds in, just gently scrape off the excess, and then a third mound in the middle to act as the glue. And that's going to be the best way to mold a bath bomb. And so you can get out of the mold right away. It dries quickly. It's nice and heavy. It's awesome. We do this, the bath bombs, you know, here by hand. Everything in the shop, we don't have a bath bomb press. And the reason we don't have a bath bomb press and we do everything by hand is we have tested against a bath bomb press, and all kinds of bath bomb presses, singles, doubles, whole trays, and we make them faster by hand than a bath bomb press. So I can't justify the spend, in all honesty. You know, I mean, bath bomb presses are not cheap, especially the ones that I would be looking at, because again, you would want the whole tray, so you can do, you know, 12 to 48 or whatever at the same time. And again, we make them faster by hand, and you know, that could have something to do with the fact that we do a lot of them, but also I don't know, I would love someone else's opinion on, you know, a bath bomb press and whether or not it's worth it, when again, the only thing that I would ever seemingly want it for would be to make the process faster. But we are plenty fast, you know, on our own. And Georgia May here, she's making the dark mark right now, and she's taking her sweet time putting everything, you know, into the mold and showing you the process of, you know, how it all goes, because she wants to show you. So she's like lackadaisical with this little itty bitty, you know, batch of bombs, and that's not our normal speed. It's normally, you know, 3 times that. So she is slowing it down for you so you can, you know, see how it all works. But yeah, no, again, bath bomb presses, I don't get it, really. Now, this particular recipe, we did a little itty bitty baby batch for this, so it makes 5 to 6, usually 6 with the inclusion of the bath melts there, and they will set up overnight before we then wrap them. Now, we wrap our bath bombs in muslin. And so I like that, because it's, you know, it's a cloth, and so then, you know, my kids, they end up using the cloth to make like Barbie clothes and stuff, which is fun. But also, you know, you can use it for all manner of things, and you're not putting any, you know, plastic or unnecessary paper or whatever into the world, and it just looks cute. And so I enjoy doing that, and yeah, there's the thing. But yeah, these bath bombs, they will set up overnight before we wrap them, and really allow them to get, you know, hard and ready to go. And that, my friends, that's kind of it. It's kind of a simple process to make an activated charcoal black bath bomb, and this one's super special because it's the dark mark, and that is awesome. Now we are, you know, at day 2, and they have firmed up, and aren't they super cute? I love the dark mark bath bomb so much, and the smell on these is just, oh God, it's heavenly. I love chocolate, and so this is just amazing. And yep, that's them all, you know, packaged up and ready to go with the ingredients and all the information. But then also we actually tie these with scrunchies too, with little hair bands, so little elastics for your hair. So, you know, you can pull your hair back. That's a dual whammy, which is fun. And yeah, now these bath bombs here, again, it's like it makes 6. I don't know why I don't have the rest on the, oh cool, we're gonna put another one. There it is, it's day 115, the dark mark, and let's go check out the test of the bomb. Now, I am not going to show you the entire fizzing process with all of this, because these bath bombs actually take a really long time to fizz out, and that's crazy. So I'm not gonna do that, but there is the dark mark doing its thing. I love how like powerful the fizz is with these, and you know, I gotta grab it so you can see yes, awesome. Now when my kids use this, they definitely hold it in their hands the entire time, because they like watching the skull sort of fizz out along with the, you know, the black bath bomb underneath, and that's fun for them. So I'm showing you how they do it, really. And yeah, again, I'm not going to show you this whole video, because it's 5 minutes of just watching a bath bomb fizz, which might be appealing, actually, now that I think about it. Maybe I should show you the whole thing, but yeah, I'm not gonna. That's day 115, the dark mark, the Death Eater bomb, and it is awesome. And there you have it, the dark mark, the Death Eater bomb. I love the Death Eater bomb in smell and look, as far as when it fizzes out and does its thing. I'm not so much with the bathing in it though. I'm I'm not a black bath bomb kind of girl, honestly. I mean, I get that people think it's really awesome and that's cool and it looks awesome and it's fun. I just can't get past the fact that I can't see my legs through the murky water. Kind of freaks me out. Because this is made out of activated charcoal though, you don't have the problems that you would have with like an oxide or any other sort of like liquid colorant, liquid black colorant. You're not going to be dealing with any staining because it's activated charcoal, and you know that's used to whiten teeth. So all you have to do after this, after you use the dark mark, is wipe out your tub and you're good to go. If you're interested in purchasing the dark mark or the Death Eater Balm, you can totally find it on the website at soapandplay.com. It is in my Harry Potter inspired line thing. And if you are interested in following me on social media, I'm there. Do the things. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you are interested in more soapy antics, subscribe to the channel. Again, we're on day 115 of 365 days of soap. So as the name suggests, we're doing this every day. So subscribe and come back tomorrow and see what we have in store for you then. But for today, that's it for me. So I will see you tomorrow. Bye.